Hello Stampers, I'm Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today we're going to be playing with the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. This is a fantastic new product from Stampin' Up! And while it makes wonderful snow, I have a little something different up my sleeve for today's Wait, what? Wednesday tip video. Let's flip the camera around and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This new Snowfall Accents Puff Paint is featured on page 19 in the Holiday Mini Catalog. You'll find it right down here, and it creates a 3D effect and it adds texture to cardstock. All you do is apply the paint to the project and heat set it using a heat tool. I'm going to give you a couple other tips here. So I've got a piece of balmy blue cardstock just for demonstration purposes. You want to make sure that you're shaking your puff paint up very well every time you use it. So if you set it down and you don't use it for 3 to 5 minutes, pick it up and shake it again. Now this is a very, very liquidy substance, and I'm just going to add some puff paint to my cardstock layer here. And you can see I'm just scribbling around with it. And let's say I wanted to use this for snow on the ground of a project. You're then going to bring in your heat tool and you're going to heat it up. Now I'm going to speed up this process a little bit so you don't have to listen to this heat gun making a lot of noise. Can you see the puff paint just puffing right up there? So this is a pretty neat product, right? And I could put some snowmen in here, I could put some pine trees in here and make a really cool layer for a card. So we know it makes snow, okay? But I decided to use it for something other than snow. So I'm gonna make a complete card here today on this video. I am using the Country Lane stamp set. This is a beautiful stamp set in our annual catalog. I'm going to bring in the flowers from the Country Lane set and a Memento black ink pad. Are you guys on to what I'm doing yet? Who knows what I'm doing? Now, I've got a piece of gray granite cardstock 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to stamp my flowers up in the top left corner and also in the bottom right corner. Okay. And then we're going to grab that puff paint again. I'm going to put the lid on it and shake it up good. And then we're going to add some puff paint to the cotton in this beautiful floral stamp set. Now remember, it's super, super thin, so you don't want to squeeze the bottle too much. I'm just giving it a little pressure, and I'm just coloring around with the puff paint on my cotton layers. I shouldn't say layers, images, that's what I meant, on my cotton images. There we go. And now we're going to puff it. You see the magic happening? Look at our cotton. Isn't that cool? I immediately thought of this, using it to do something other than snow, and I thought, what else would be puffy and white? And I thought, oh, that Country Home stamp set. I absolutely adore it. If you don't have this one, it is a must-have in your arsenal of supplies. I really do love it. There's a ton of different ideas out there to use for it. I know I used it a whole bunch last year when it first came out. And I thought, I need to crack that out and use it again. All right, I'm going to puff this up and I'm going to speed up my videos. Same thing I'm doing here is puffing up the paint. There we go. Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay, let's finish up our card. I have taken the rectangle stitched framelits. I've got a white one, and I wanted to show you which ones I used here. I've got, from the inside, I've got number 3 and number 4. So if you're counting from the smallest to largest, number 3 and number 4. I've got a Whisper White, number 3. Number 4 is Blackberry Bliss. And I'm just going to bring in my Blackberry Bliss ink pad. Let's close this up. And this big greeting, I love this greeting. I think it's priceless, and it's going to make the people that you send these cards to really, really feel good. Simply thankful for all the good things. I've also got an inside layer here, and on the inside of my card, I am going to stamp "So grateful for someone like you in my life." And isn't that sweet? I love that sentiment. Then I've got gray granite ink, and I'm going to use the picture from the Country Home stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp that down there to jazz it up a little bit on the inside of my card. And what else? I need an envelope. Hang on. I've actually got 2 cards made with this stamp set. So I'm going to stamp up 2 envelopes, and that way I'll be ready to roll when I send these out. So I just cleaned my stamp. I'm going to go with that Blackberry Bliss, and I want to just stamp these flowers right down here. And isn't that just really pretty? It's going to look beautiful coming in somebody's mailbox. All right, so we're ready to mail it when we're done with our cards. I'm going to layer this rectangle onto the Blackberry Bliss rectangle. And then I decided that I needed a little bit of linen thread here. So I'm going to bring in my bow jig and linen thread. And usually I do like a triple bow, but in this one I want 3 sets of tails to go with this. So I'm going to take my linen thread, and I just wrapped it around there to see how much I needed. And I'm going to actually cut 3 pieces here. So I got 3 pieces of linen thread. I'm going to wrap it around my bow jig, up and over and under, and tie it right here in a single knot. And this is just going to make my linen thread be a lot more substantial. Isn't that a nice bow? One thing I don't like is that these look kind of crinked, and that makes me a little crazy. I don't know why I'm so anal about that. But if you take your bone folder, hold on to your bow good, and you pull it through like you're curling ribbon, look at how much nicer that looks. So there's a little tip for you. Mini glue dot. Oops, here's one right here. I'm just going to curl that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm full of ink tonight, as usual. And we're going to put this bow right here. I'm going to bring in that card front with our puffed cotton on it. Whoops. Whoops. Hang on. Things are falling. And I lost my dimensionals. Here they are. Almost done with another whole card of dimensionals. Do you guys use a lot of dimensionals too? I love adding dimensionals to my projects. It just, I don't know. I don't know that I even make a card without dimensionals anymore. It's just nice to have that 3D effect, I guess. Well, these are going to give me a hard time. Okay, here we go. Watch this. I'm just going to add this right to the center of my layer. That looks great. I have a card base here of Blackberry Bliss. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to give that edge a good burnish with our bone folder. This is a really quick and easy card. I think I stopped up here a little bit. And of course I have glue on my fingers, so I had to clean that off. There we go. Add this to our card front. We have made a very simple card. And of course, the cotton 3D look is extremely cool, don't you think? Yeah, I thought, ooh, this is gonna be so neat. So, when you're using your puff paint, what other kinds of things do you think you could use it for? I think it'd be kind of neat if you had like a, I don't know, like a bear. You could do maybe a polar bear and you could add puff paint to that. But isn't that pretty? Now I wanted to show you one other thing here. On this one, can you see the difference? On this one, I actually stamped my flowers with Blackberry Bliss, and then when I added the puff paint, some of that ink bled into the puff paint, making my cotton have a little pink edges on it. I thought that was really pretty too. Which one do you like better? Oh, look it, I didn't glue very good. Hang on. Real life stamping with Kelly. Just a little bit more right there. Oops, now I've got oozing out there. We don't want that either. There we go. All right, which one do you like better? Do you like the pink cotton or do you like the bright white cotton? So that's why I decided to use black ink for these flowers versus Blackberry Bliss, because I wanted to see what the cotton would look like completely white. I think both of them are really beautiful. The other thing that I wanted to tell you before I let you go is that let's say that you've done this and you've heat set it, but you decided that that's not enough snow, that you want some more snow. You can come back in and add more puff paint to your project and then just heat it again. Oops. And make your snow more substantial. Now instead of just a little covering on the ground, we've got a whole snowbank here. This reminds me of yesterday morning when I woke up. It was a winter wonderland here in Menasha, Wisconsin. We got 4 inches of very wet, heavy snow. The trees were all coated and it was beautiful outside, but being that it's only October, it was not a welcome sight. All right, you guys, if you would like to get all the details, I have ordering links on my blog. You can click right up here. That's going to take you right to my blog. Please don't forget to click down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. This week on Thursday, I'm going to be doing the Paper Pumpkin alternate blog hop, so you'll make sure you want to catch that. And then on Friday, the Stamping Society has a brand new blog hop coming out using the Itty Bitty Christmas Bundle. You're gonna love it. So make sure you subscribe to my blog. You don't want to miss, or subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. You can click up here to head over to my blog. Please use this host code when you're placing your orders. If your order's under $150, if it's over $150, don't use the code. You're gonna get some rewards from Stampin' Up, and I definitely want you to have those rewards. All right, you guys, I am wishing you a wonderful hump day. And don't forget about the joke of the week is on my blog every Wednesday. Head over there. I've got a cute Halloween joke for you. Sure to give you a little giggle. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.